y'all, it's Shannon from Creative Chaos in Tennessee, and today we are back with day 15 of 30 Days of Sketches with Christy's Beautiful Life. Today's sketch is designed by Rebecca. I'm not even going to attempt the last name because I know I will butcher it. But you can check out the playlist below of everyone that's playing along. And in this sketch, I saw most of you guys that follow me probably also follow Ginger on Ginger's Corner. And she did a quilt pattern series, and I absolutely loved it. I am not a quilter. I do not sew. I can sew by hand, but I cannot use a machine to save my life. But pretty much she did a quilt pattern series, and I absolutely loved it. And I made most of them following along with her because she makes it so easy. But when I saw this sketch, I saw a quilt blocks. Now, I ended up laying mine out differently than this, but this was the jumping off point. I did do 3 photos, and I cut triangles because pretty much she just shows this is just a square cut in half for each one. So I used 6x6 squares and I cut them in half. So I don't have all this open space on mine, but I did take inspiration from this and then kind of did my own thing. Okay, so I am pretty much going to be using the Homemade with Love collection by Cartabella. I want to say I got this in a warehouse box or something. Maybe the Echo Park warehouse box. And I've never actually used it. I'm still not going to use any of the stickers. But I'm using the paper. And I am using some swap pieces. And these are actual pieces that I've made for a swap. I don't remember what group it was on. Sorry. I'm on a lot of groups. And I also received this in a swap. I didn't make this one, but it's not signed, so I don't know who did make it. But it's super cute. And I don't know if you can tell, but they shimmered up one of the ones out of like metal, and one is shimmered up to make it look real, which is super cute. And I am using pictures of my grandbabies. They got this surprise cupcake kit, and they brought it over for my birthday, and they wanted to bake it together because we always bake together around the holidays, and I try to squeeze it in other times of the year. And but they love doing that, and I love doing it with them. But I like to be able to, I'll put it in, but I'll let them do all the mixing and the pouring and all that stuff. That way they feel like, you know, they're the ones who baked it and they really accomplished something. Because it's always fun to see what you created. Whether it's scrapbooking or photography or baking, or gardening. It's just always amazing to me to see the finished results. So, like I said, I laid mine out, and it's not glued. I'm going to glue it, but I wanted to run it off. I'll probably trim off these edges because I wanted to run it off just a little bit so it would give me this space in between. Now, it could have been done differently, I'm sure, but my brain is not like Ginger's, and I don't see things in quilt squares. And I don't math. Like, I just don't. I don't like math. My mathin' don't math most of the time. So, this is how I'm going to do it. There's probably an easier way, or you could just follow the sketch and probably use, I would say probably 4 by 4 is what they used for that. And then they just turned them a different way to get all the open space. It's probably 4x4 squares, and then they used 4x4 photos. But I don't know. Like I said, I don't math. And usually, unless it's in scrapbook terms of some sort, I can usually figure it out. I measure everything by 12x12. Ask my family. They're like a foot. I'm like, oh, that's a piece of 12x12 paper. So let's see here what we're going to do. Okay. So I'm just running this off just a little bit. I'm lining up the sides over here, but then I'm running it off down here and matching it up, and then I'll just go back and just trim that off. So I'm going to go ahead and do this too up here so that I can match it up. And like I said, I'm just doing the sides. I'm keeping them even, but then the edges will have to get trimmed. I just wanted the old, like whenever I thought quilt square, then I was like, ooh, you know, you can think old-timey sewing, old-fashioned. And then I was thinking baking, and I was like, what could I use? So then I was like, okay, I do have that baking paper. So I decided I would do that. Okay, so then I am lining up the edges of this up here. At the top to line those up. And I just, is that the way that goes? Do y'all know? Oh, mercy. It's been a long morning already. This is like my fourth or fifth video I've recorded this morning, because I've been up since like 4 o'clock. Okay. And then pretty much I'm just going to line up the edges over here on the side. And for some reason that black paper is not correct. It's not lining up exactly. I don't know why, but that's okay, because if I would have been doing YouTube when I did those quilt square layouts that I followed from Ginger, there was none of them lining up, but they turned out okay. It still looked okay in the end, because you can finagle some stuff and cover it up with your pictures, stuff like that. See, and this is supposed to be lined up here, but it's not, but it's lined up here, so it don't matter, because most of all of that is going to be covered up with the picture. Okay, so I'm just going to take my scissors and trim this off. Do this side. Nope, I gotta cut these little points off that didn't line up. And you could also do this with the paper trimmer, but I feel like it's just as fast and easy to use my scissors to trim it up. Okay. Voila. And see, this border's a little bit bigger, but it's okay. It's okay. I'm not going to worry about it. We're just keeping on. So pretty much I'm just going to put my pictures in, and I'm going to do it like they did. Just bundling them up here in the center. I think I like those like that. And I'm just going to glue My babies always think it's amazing to be able to use the mixer and all that stuff, but they usually end up blowing the what they're mixing all over the kitchen, so it's a big mess. I think I'm going to put that up there, and I think I'm going to put this down here. I don't want to cover stuff up. Okay, I'm going to pull this up real fast while it's still a little bit wet. I got a little bit of time to move it over. Okay, I'm going to move it over a little bit so that this isn't covering up her face. And I'm just going to glue this down. Ain't this bear the cutest? He's, I think this is a Marjorie Ann Designs bear. I'm not positive, but I'm pretty sure it is. And I've just got this one on foam tape to pop it up a little bit. A little pieces of paper is ripping off the tape. Okay. And I think I'm just going to put this like this. And I think that's going to be most of it. I may try to find a little something to put right here to journal on. Let's see, I might actually use a sticker off of here. I could use this little recipe. Let's see what it would look like. I think I will stick it right in here so that I could just write the bare bones of it on there, that they were baking me some cupcakes for my birthday. But I think that is the layout, y'all. Be sure you check out the playlist below of everyone else playing along. Check out the Facebook group. There's lots of inspiration over there for the people who don't do YouTube or Instagram. And thank you for liking and subscribing. I appreciate you all greatly. And until tomorrow, bye y'all.